Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Wrigley and Rich. What we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Wrigley's ability to understand and respond to his formal obedience commands on leash. The first thing that we're going to introduce is the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Wrigley's coming home with his very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Wrigley, heel.
Wrigley, heel.
Now, heeling is proper walking on a leash without dragging you down the street, without putting his mouth on the leash, always matching pace with you, whether you're walking or Rich has run with him. He still stays right next to Rich's side and is focused on the trainer. And each time that Rich stops his feet, Wrigley's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So when you're walking in the city or wherever you're walking and you stop to cross traffic or stop to talk to someone, he should be sitting quietly at your left and waiting for his next command. And the next command that Rich is going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. This command can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. Incorporate your sit stays into your everyday living situations. They're 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him back to heel, and everything starts and stops at that heel position. And you can see that he's enjoying it, that he's looking up at Rich. He's very focused.
Stay.
Rich is going to leave him in another sit stay. And this time he's going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. You use the dog's name, a happy voice, and he comes right in front and sits facing your knees. Then he returns back to heel and back sitting. And it's always all about you being the pack leader, you being in control, him responding to your commands.
Stay.
We keep our praise with him to a minimum because he's highly excitable. We don't want him to amp up. We want him to pay attention and focus. Rich is going to call him again. And even when calling him, it's a happy voice, but it's not over-the-top voice. Little pat for praise, not too much. Wrigley does a fine job of self-motivating, so we don't have to do a lot of motivating for him. Some dogs need more than others. Now the next exercise that Wrigley's been learning is the down on command.
Down.
This is your down from a heel position. Took a couple times, but he's a very quick study. He's a fast learner. And he needs this mental stimulation. Rich calls him out of that exercise, and he comes in and sits, and then he goes back to heeling. I think this is impressive for Wrigley that he's accomplished all this and that he still has more to go. And we're glad that we're getting him back in a short time so that we can continue to work with him and lengthen out his attention span even more because he starts to get bored. That was great.
Stay. Rest of my foot.
Really good job. Now we've demonstrated for you the 5 basic obedience commands: heeling, automatic sit, stay, down, and come. These are the commands that we want you to practice with Wrigley for the week that you have him back before he comes back for additional training. We've enjoyed having him. He's a challenging dog. I think you're going to be okay. We're going to be here for you, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.